I want you to imagine something for a moment. 28 years. 28 long years where the person you love most in this world refuses to even speak to you. No messages, no phone calls, no birthdays acknowledged, no small signs of life. Just silence. For me, that person was my daughter. And the silence, oh, the silence was deafening. Every morning, I would wake up hoping that today might be different. Maybe today she would finally say my name, maybe today she would call. But day after day, nothing. And it crushed me that I would sit alone staring at my phone wondering if I had done something wrong. Was I too strict? Was I too busy? Did I fail her in some way I'll never understand? I asked myself these questions over and over, and every unanswered call, every missed birthday, every empty chair at family gatherings reminded me that something inside our bond had been broken. It's funny how time works. At first you hope, then you start waiting, and then, eventually you start forgetting that hope even exists. But the pain never leaves. It lives quietly inside you, growing heavier, like a shadow that follows you everywhere. And during those years I learned things about myself I didn't want to know. I learned what it means to feel powerless. I learned the bitter taste of regret. I learned how loneliness can echo even in a crowded room. But here's the thing about life. It has a strange way of testing us. Not just our patience, but our character, our resilience, and our capacity to forgive. Then came the day that changed everything. A sudden fortune, something I never expected, something that seemed like luck. But I realized later it was more than that. It was an opportunity. An opening, a way to finally confront decades of silence and maybe, just maybe, begin to heal. That I won't lie, I was terrified. I thought, will she come back? Will she even want to see me? Or will she only care about what I have? The truth is, money doesn't heal broken relationships. Money doesn't erase the pain of years lost. But sometimes it shines a light on things you can't see in the dark. And so I waited, and I watched, and I reflected. 28 years of memories, both good and bad, flashed before me. Every birthday I had celebrated alone, every achievement without her smile, every quiet dinner where I imagined her across the table. It all came rushing back. I began to understand something important. Anger, bitterness, regret, they only steal from you. Only patience, hope, and love can rebuild what has been broken. I started preparing myself, not for confrontation, not for demands, but for understanding, for empathy, for reaching across the years with an open heart. Because I knew that if I wanted my daughter back, I couldn't start with accusations or blame. I had to start with love. And that's when I realized something profound. Silence doesn't just hurt the one who is ignored. Silence hurts both sides. It traps people in their own fears, their own pride, their own unspoken words. And if you want to break that silence, you have to be braver than the fear, stronger than the pain, and patient beyond reason. So here I was, 28 years later, heart in my hands, hoping that the moment I had been waiting for all these years was still possible. And I want you to remember this: if you've ever felt abandoned, forgotten, or ignored, you are not powerless. You are not alone. The people we love may disappear from our lives for reasons we don't understand, but the love we carry can never truly vanish. It waits silently, ready to grow again when the time is right. Because hope is stronger than silence. And in the next moments the journey begins. The moment where I dared to take the first step. The moment where I discovered that even after decades, bridges can be rebuilt, hearts can be healed, and relationships can be restored. But it wasn't easy. Not even close. The journey ahead would test every ounce of patience, every shred of courage, and every belief I had about love, family, and forgiveness. So stay with me. 'Cause this story, it isn't just mine. It's for anyone who has felt forgotten, anyone who has been hurt, and anyone who has lost hope. And by the end of it, you'll understand something that took me 28 years to learn. That no matter how long the silence, love always finds a way. After years of silence, after decades of waiting, something unexpected happened. A fortune, sudden, unimaginable, life-changing, came into my life. And the first thing I thought wasn't about the money. It was her. My daughter. The one I hadn't heard from in 28 years. That I remember staring at the letter, the news, the numbers, my mind racing, heart pounding. Could this really be real? Could this sudden change actually give me a chance to reconnect? I felt excitement, fear, and a strange, heavy weight of anticipation all at once. Because you see, I had dreamed about this moment for decades. I had imagined it over and over in my mind, in the quiet nights when I was alone. But now that it was here, the fear hit me harder than ever. What if she doesn't care? What if she only wants the money? That thought alone almost made me turn away. But deep down, I knew the truth. Money could never replace the years we lost. Money could never heal the silence. What mattered was this chance, this moment, to finally reach her, to break through the walls built over 28 years. That I began to prepare myself. Every word I would say, every message I would send, every step I would take had to be measured, thoughtful, and filled with care. Because after so many years, the first step is the hardest. It's the step that carries hope, fear, and courage all at the same time. And I'll be honest with you, it didn't come easily. I replayed scenarios in my mind. What if she rejected me? What if she had moved on, completely forgotten me, or worse, harbored anger? The suspense was unbearable. I felt like a man standing at the edge of a cliff, looking into the unknown, knowing the fall could either destroy me or lead to something miraculous. I remembered all those years. Every birthday she missed, every smile I imagined but never saw, every "I love you" that went unspoken. And I realized something. I couldn't control the past. I couldn't change the silence. But I could control my actions today. I could control whether I chose hope or despair, so I took the step. I reached out. Not with demands, not with anger, but with honesty and love. And then, I waited. Waiting is its own test. Every minute feels like an hour. Every ring of the phone makes your heart jump. Every notification feels like it could be the one. Or it could be nothing at all. And I'll tell you this. Those moments of waiting are the hardest part. The suspense is unbearable. You question yourself, your choices, your worth. And yet, you must hold on. And then, after what felt like an eternity, I saw it. A small message appeared. Hesitant. Short. But it was hers. My daughter. My heart skipped a beat. I could hardly believe it. 28 years and suddenly, there she was. The message wasn't long. Didn't need to be. It was the beginning. A single word, a single line, but it carried decades of emotion, regret, and longing. And in that moment I realized sometimes the smallest gestures can carry the heaviest meaning. But I also knew this was just the start. Rebuilding wouldn't be instant. It wouldn't be easy. There would be doubts, misunderstandings, fears, and setbacks. Every conversation could be a minefield. Every word could reopen old wounds. The suspense wasn't over, it had only just begun. And that's where I want you to focus. Life is full of these moments. Moments where hope and fear collide. Moments where a single step can change everything. And often, the scariest step is the one that matters the most. I remember sitting there, staring at her message, my hands shaking, my mind racing. Questions flooded me. Would she forgive me? Would she even remember me? Would we be able to connect? Or was it already too late? The suspense, the uncertainty, it was suffocating. But then I took a deep breath, and I realized the truth. Silence doesn't have to last forever. Bridges can be rebuilt. Hearts can be mended. And sometimes the very thing you've been waiting for takes time, patience, and courage. So I wrote back, carefully, thoughtfully, from my heart. And I waited again. And in that waiting, I learned something profound. The journey to repair what was broken is not a straight line. It is full of suspense, tension, fear, and hope all at once. And that tension, if you embrace it, is what makes the reunion so powerful, so life-changing, so unforgettable. And as I stared at the screen, I realized something else. This isn't just about me. It's about anyone who has felt abandoned, ignored, or forgotten. It's about understanding that the universe tests our patience, our courage, and our willingness to love despite fear. And when we step forward, even in the darkest uncertainty, miracles can begin. So stay with me, because in the next part, I will share how the first real conversations began, how we navigated decades of silence, and how the truth about our lost years came to light. And believe me, it's not what you expect. The first words she sent, they were short, hesitant, careful, but they carried the weight of 28 years of silence. And as I read them, my heart raced, my hands trembled, and I felt a mix of joy, fear, and disbelief all at once. Because here's the truth. Reconnecting after decades isn't like flipping a switch. It's like walking through a storm, unsure of where each step will take you. Every word, every message, every phone call could either build a bridge or burn it completely. I remember staring at her message for hours, thinking, analyzing, questioning myself. What do I say next? How do I begin after all this time? Will she forgive me? Does she even want to forgive me? The suspense was unbearable. I felt like a tightrope walker, suspended over an abyss filled with years of lost love, fear, and misunderstanding. But then it hit me. I realized that the fear, the tension, the suspense, they were all part of the process. They weren't obstacles. They were tests. Tests of patience. Tests of courage. Tests of love. And here's something I want you to understand. Relationships, especially broken ones, aren't about who is right or wrong. They're about truth. They're about understanding. They're about seeing beyond the anger, the pride, and the years of mistakes to the person inside. The person who has also been hurt, scared, or lost. That I began to reflect on my own actions. I thought about the mistakes I might have made, the moments I could have done better. And instead of letting guilt consume me, I used it as fuel. Fuel to reach out. Fuel to listen. Fuel to rebuild something I never thought I could. The days that followed were intense. Messages back and forth, hesitant at first, slowly growing into small conversations. And every message carried a tension I had never experienced before. Every pause, every delayed response made my heart beat faster. Would she block me? Would she give up? Or would this fragile connection grow into something real? I want you to feel this with me. The uncertainty, the suspense, the emotional tightrope. Because life often mirrors this exact tension. Every big change, every moment of healing, every breakthrough comes with fear. And it's in that fear that courage is born. One day, I asked her a simple question. Something innocent, something small. And the answer, it surprised me. She opened up about her fears, her struggles, her anger. And suddenly decades of silence didn't feel so permanent anymore. It wasn't gone, not yet, but the first cracks had appeared. And in that moment I learned a lesson I will never forget. Patience is powerful. Understanding is revolutionary. And love, Love can withstand even 28 years of absence. But don't get me wrong, this wasn't an instant miracle. There were moments I wanted to give up. Moments I felt the weight of rejection pressing down on me. Moments I questioned whether this was worth it at all. The suspense, the fear, the tension, it was relentless. Yet I pressed on, because I realized that the most meaningful connections are never easy. The bridges that take the longest to build are the ones worth crossing. The conversations that challenge you the most are the ones that will transform you forever. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, the silence began to soften. Her messages grew longer, more personal. Our conversations, once awkward and tense, started to feel human again. Real, vulnerable, full of emotion that no fortune, no material thing could ever create. I want you to understand something critical here. Your setbacks, your silences, your lost connections, they are not the end. They are the training ground. They are the fire that forges patience, resilience, and courage. And when you finally step forward, when you finally dare to reach out, that courage will carry you farther than you ever imagined. And just when I thought I could finally breathe, another revelation hit me. The truth she had kept hidden for decades. Secrets, fears, and unspoken regrets that explained her distance, but also tested my ability to forgive, to understand, and to rebuild trust. The suspense wasn't over. In fact, it had only deepened, because every truth she shared, every layer of emotion she revealed, forced me to confront my own vulnerabilities, my own pride, my own capacity to truly love unconditionally. This is what makes part 3 so powerful, and why I want you to feel it deeply. Life's hardest lessons often arrive disguised as people, conversations, and moments we never expected. They test our hearts, challenge our patience, and push us to become stronger, wiser, and more compassionate than we ever imagined. So, as we continue this journey, stay with me, because in the next part, the real breakthrough begins. The moments of forgiveness, the confessions, the reconciliations, the moments that will truly change our lives forever. And I promise you, the suspense, the drama, and the emotional intensity are only going to grow. Then it happened. The moment I had been waiting for. The moment I had dreamed about for 28 years, it finally arrived. She spoke. Not just through a short text or a hesitant message. This time it was real, vulnerable, honest. And it shook me to my core. I remember my hands trembling, my heart racing faster than it had in decades. I stared at the screen, rereading every word, as if by doing so I could convince myself it was real, that the daughter I had missed for so long was finally reaching out, truly reaching out. The suspense was unbearable. Every part of me wanted to jump in, to respond, to fix everything at once. But I knew I had to wait. I had to choose my words carefully. I had to respect the decades of fear, pride, and hurt that had kept her silent for so long. And that's when I understood something crucial. Reconciliation is not instant. It is not a single moment. It is a process. A delicate dance between hope and caution, love and patience, fear and courage. That I wrote back. Slowly, thoughtfully, each word measured, each sentence crafted to show empathy, understanding, and the unconditional love I still carried in my heart. I didn't ask for forgiveness yet. I didn't demand explanations. I simply opened my heart and let her take the first step. And she did. Her words were hesitant at first, careful, testing the waters. But slowly, layer by layer, she began to open up. She shared fears, regrets, and emotions that had remained buried for decades. Every revelation was a shock, a surprise, and yet, it felt like a relief. Like finally, the truth was coming to light. I want you to feel this moment with me. The tension, the fear, the hope. Imagine carrying 28 years of silence in your heart, and suddenly that silence begins to crack. Every message is a heartbeat. Every pause is a storm. Every word is a step on a tightrope suspended above years of lost love and regret. And then came the hardest part, the confessions. The truth she had kept hidden for decades. The anger she had felt. The misunderstandings she had carried. The pride and fear that had prevented her from ever reaching out. Each confession was like a shockwave, forcing me to confront not only her pain, but my own vulnerabilities, my own regrets, and my own capacity to forgive. I won't lie, it was overwhelming. There were moments I wanted to retreat, to shut down, to protect myself from the flood of emotion. But I held on. I chose love over fear, patience over frustration, understanding over resentment. And slowly, almost imperceptibly, something magical began to happen. The decades-long walls started to crumble. The silence started to fade. The distance that had felt insurmountable for 28 years began to shrink. We laughed for the first time in decades. We cried. We shared memories we had missed, stories we had never told each other. And in those moments I realized something I will never forget. True connection is not measured by time lost, but by courage, patience, and the willingness to forgive and understand. But let me be clear, the breakthrough didn't erase the past. The years of silence, the pain, the misunderstandings, they were still there. And they would surface again in moments of tension, fear, or doubt. But now we had something stronger than silence. We had communication. We had honesty. We had each other. And that's the lesson I want you to take with you. No matter how long the silence, no matter how deep the hurt, reconciliation is possible. Healing is possible. Bridges can be rebuilt, but only if you are willing to step into fear, to face uncertainty, and to act with courage and love. As I read her messages, as I listened to her voice for the first time in decades, I felt a wave of emotions, relief, joy, gratitude, and a deep, profound love that had never left me. And I knew in that moment that everything I had endured, every lonely birthday, every unanswered call, every moment of doubt, had led me to this. The suspense was over, but the journey was just beginning. Because rebuilding trust, understanding, and a real connection after 28 years of silence is not a sprint. It's a marathon, and it would require patience, resilience, and continuous effort. So stay with me, because in the final part, I will show you how the journey of forgiveness and rebuilding became a powerful life lesson. Not just for me and my daughter, but for anyone who has ever felt abandoned, forgotten, or hopeless. And I promise you the conclusion is not only emotional but inspiring and transformative. And then it happened. The moment I had waited for, hoped for, and dreamed of for 28 years. She reached out. Not just with words but with her heart. I could feel it through every message, every pause, every hesitant confession. There was fear. There was doubt. There was pain. But there was also hope. A fragile, delicate hope that we could finally bridge the gap that decades of silence had created. We talked for hours. First cautiously, then with more openness. She told me about the struggles she had faced, the anger she had felt, the moments she had almost called but didn't. And with each word I felt the weight of 28 years lifting from both our shoulders. I won't lie, it wasn't easy. There were tears, so many tears. There were moments I felt the past creeping back in, threatening to undo everything. But I held on. I listened. I forgave. And slowly she listened. She understood that in those moments, I realized something powerful. Reconciliation isn't about forgetting the past. It's about facing it together. It's about choosing love over resentment, courage over fear, understanding over judgment. And then came the breakthrough. The first real hug after decades. The first real laughter shared. The first moment when silence didn't feel like a wall anymore, but a bridge. I want you to understand this life is full of moments like these. Moments where fear and hope collide. Moments where the silence feels unbreakable. Moments where giving up seems easier than trying. But here's the truth. If you are patient, if you are courageous, if you act with love, miracles can happen. We can't undo the past. We can't reclaim the years lost. But we can choose what comes next. And that choice, that act of love, patience, and courage, is more powerful than anything else in the world. And this is what I want you to take with you today. No matter how long the silence, no matter how deep the hurt, no matter how far someone has drifted from you, the power to rebuild, reconnect, and heal lies in your hands. I know what it feels like to wait. I know what it feels like to be hurt. I know what it feels like to fear that it's too late. But let me tell you something. It's never too late. Not for forgiveness. Not for love. Not for hope. And now my daughter and I, we are closer than ever. Not because of the fortune that came into my life, but because of the patience, courage, and love that allowed us to find each other again. This story isn't just mine. It's for anyone who has felt forgotten, abandoned, or hopeless. It's proof that no matter how long the silence, how deep the pain, or how far the distance, love can always find a way back. So if this story touched you, if it gave you hope, if it inspired you to believe in the power of patience, forgiveness, and courage, here's what I want you to do. Like this video to honor the journey of love and patience. Comment below if you have someone in your life you're hoping to reconnect with. It could be the first step toward your own miracle. Share this story with someone who needs hope today. And most importantly, subscribe to this channel for more stories that inspire, uplift, and remind us that no matter the struggle, the comeback is always possible. Remember, your breakthrough is coming. Your moment is near. Your chance to rebuild, reconnect, and rise is right in front of you. And when it comes, embrace it fully, because it is proof that patience, love, and courage are always stronger than silence, fear, and doubt. Rise, believe, love, and never give up, because your story isn't finished yet.